Ben, yeah, how's it going? I'm John, and this is Sweep, and welcome to the John and Sweep Show. Right, I know we ain't been around for a while, have we? And nobody's been asking me for shows. No, they ain't. It's terrible, ain't it? Them all a bunch of what? I can't tell them that. Well, anyhow, I figured it was time to do one. Missed your friends, have you? Give him a thumbs up if you've missed Sweep. Right, anyhow, yeah, I've been suffering a bit recently. I must be honest, with the black dog. So I thought I'd get the grey dog out to chase the blues away. So anyhow, it occurred to me. I thought, well, why not do a 1970s theme one? Because we done like the 1940s. And I reckon there's more people out there can remember the 1970s. I mean, I can just about, because I was only a babby back in the 70s. But there's plenty of you out there who are going to remember it. So I thought I'd take us a trip down memory lane. Wow. You're hungry. We just started. We're just getting into it. When you want your apple. Here's your apple. Well, that was quick. What else we got? Oh, hang on. Yeah. Look at that. What is it? It's a chestnut. I've been chestnutting today. I got a load on them. Good crop. Oh, was that nice? Can we get on? No? When you want? Do you want your sock? You think you'll leave me some? I hope there's some left. I know that was a red one, then your favourite. Look, pack it in, will ya? Calm down. Any road. Wasting time here. So we're going to take you out on a trip down memory lane, back to the 1970s, down to the groovy set. You like me groovy shares? I thought it was good. Any road. You know, remember the 70s where political correctness and health food, they exist. You know, back in the day when people was a lot more free and they had a lot more fun. Even though what there was 80 was pretty crap, or it. I mean, if you had things back in the 70s, how many of you out there would get up in the morning, you wouldn't think twice about having bacon and egg, black pudding, kidneys. I'm making you hungry, I bet I am. Kidneys, liver, sausage, beans, mushrooms, toast and tea. You'd scoff all that, and that'd be swimming in grease, that would. You'd cook that in lard. And that was before you went out the door. Oh. You probably, for dinner, you'd probably have some spam sandwiches or something, you know, on thick white bread with half a pound of Lurpak smeared on it. Oh, God. I really don't know how they ate that stuff. And then for what you'd have fish and chips and burgers. Oh, the fish and chips back in the 70s. Cooked in beef dripping. Boston they was. Don't you remember them? Faggots and pies. Did you ever have them? You know, drop it in the comment. Let us know. Did you have faggots and pies? And grey pies and bacon. Did you have grey pies and bacon? And then after you'd had all that, you go down the pub and you swill that down with about 7 or 8 pints of beer and smoke about 40 fags, you know. Players number 6 or B&H or Embassy or something like that. John Players Special. What did you used to smoke? Because you can't say you don't smoke in the 70s. Everybody in the 70s used to smoke, don't they? I mean, it was just one of them things you did, you know. Eating crappy foods, drinking yourself senseless, smoking fags. But that was Boston times, all they groovy times. And if you was a kid in the 70s, I mean, what would you have had? I mean, what was your treat? Don't you remember your treat? I mean, my treat, you go to your parents and that, you know, you'd try and scrounge some money and they give you 5 or 10p. Back in the day when like a 5p was that big and a 10p was like that. And you go over to the off sales of the pub and you go and get yourself some sweets, you know, get yourself some suck. You'd have a mixed bag, so could have a mixed bag of sweets, 10 pence worth. Or you'd go and get yourself a sherbet dab or something, or a curly whirling. Or, if they give you a bag, you'd have some flying saucers and fruit salads and blackjacks, cola bottles, cola cubes. I mean, what did you have? What was your favourite? Drop it in the comments. Good old times, were they, back in the day, oh. And the parties. Don't you remember having a party in the 70s? Go on, I've got an itchy nose. Yeah, you want to scratch that for me? Thanks, Swape. Oh. What do you want, some? Better? It's busting, that is. Remember having a pint glass like that? That was a 70s thing. You don't get pint glasses with handles no more, don't you? And do you ever remember the parties? You ever have a party back in the 70s? You'd all pile around your mates or something, and you'd have a record player. That was the thing that provide the music. And that was probably an ancient bit of tech from the 1950s. And what would you have here? Look, I've got some foods down here that you probably have had, if you was back around back then, if you was having a party, you probably have jelly and cream. Jelly and cream or jelly and ice cream. And the cream would be like clotted cream as it would come out of a can. Sausage rolls and Scotch eggs, pork pies. You like pork pies, don't you? Egg and cress sandwiches, cheese sandwiches. And let's go, I was posh. If you had a posh party, you'd have a fondue, wouldn't you? You'd have a fondue, and you get them, them little skewers, and you'd stick things on and then you'd dip it in the hot cheese and you'd eat it. But that was for the posh folks. That what else was it now? We don't have anything like that, oh. And anyhow, I think Wayne's going to go and tell us a little bit about how you picked up women back in the 70s. So take it away, Wayne.
Benya, how's it going? Right, me groovy friends, I'm going to show you, back in the day, how you used to pick up a bird, in the old days, right? Now, you'd have a look around, right, and you'd see some bird. And you go up to her, you say, Benya, how's it going? What's your name? I'm Wayne. You say, hello, I'm Beatrice. Alright, Beatrice, he says, would you like a drink? Alright. So you'd buy her a drink, and then you'd go and get her on the dance floor, would ya? Oh, the music would start, and you'd be out there, boogieing away. And you make some small talk. Oh, I like this music, do you like it? Oh, what is it? It's the Bee Gees. It's good, ain't it? And you'd be boogieing away with that. After a while, you get a bit subtly. It's like, it's hot in here, ain't it? Didn't you fancy going out to the car park for a bit? Oh, it is. He says, come on, then. And off I'd go. And off you'd go and all. And you're really good to her. See you later, kids. See ya.
And we're back. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope Wayne gives you a laugh. And do you like his new girlfriend, Beatrice? Thanks, Auntie Ray Ray. Nobody else will get it, but I will. Probably are going to speak to me now for saying that. Now, my friend Rachel made it. Does crocheting, and her name's Rachel, but her nephew calls her Auntie Ray Ray, so I started calling her that because he drives us that. Anyway, we was talking about the 1970s parties. Now, here's a story. Slade, remember the band Slade? I'm sure you do. And they used to say, he says, back in the day, since they was famous, they always got invited to these parties. And he says, you can always tell lads from the black country when they go to parties. He says, there was always the first ones to show up. We showed up early. We ate all the food. We drank all the beer. And we was always the last ones out the door. He says, that was a black country thing. Was that you? If you ever went to a party, was that you? Did you always show up first? Always the last one out. You scuff all the food and beer. Stuff all that down your face. Let's get back to the 70s. So, right. What do you remember about the 70s? What do you remember there? Probably the TV shows were some Boston TV shows were Doctor Who, you know, proper Doctor Who with John Pertwee, what we do, Tom Baker. I mean, them was Boston. That was proper Doctor Who, that was. Not that crap they've been putting out recently. I mean, that was proper Doctor Who, classic stuff. Morecambe and Wise. Remember Morecambe and Wise, do you? Bet you do. You know, that was always went over well. The Likely Lads. Everybody liked the Likely Lads. Kids show, Bagpuss. Well, I can talk about a cat. Yeah, Bagpuss, big fat furry cat puss are. And the Wombles. You know, Johnny and his crew with Uncle Bulgaria and all them. Orinoco. You remember the Wombles? I bet you do. Faulty Towers. You know, Basil. We've been watching that recently. I have. Having a laugh about that. I forgot how good it was. If you ain't seen them recently, yeah, go back and watch them. They're brilliant, them, man. Then the clangers. Boo, 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 boo. Or what is it they used to make? There was them little things that lived on the moon. There was like little characters. They lived on the moon. They made weird noises. I'll tell you, I don't know what the TV producers were smoking when they come up with half of these shows, I'm telling you. The Goodies. Goody, gum. Yeah, the Goodies. Bless this house with Sid James. Remember watching that? What? I forgot the best show. What was the best show? Sooty. Yeah, Sooty. Anyhow, I think Johnny's going to regale us with some 70s stories, so take it away.
Underground, overground, wombling free. The Wombles of Winsbury coming over. How's it going? Johnny Womble here. Now I understands that this show's got a bit of a 70s theme. Oh, remembers the 70s, good old days they was, oh. Especially for the Wombles, that was a busting time. And anyhow, don't you remember the 70s? And yet, for you who'm old enough to remember the 70s, I'm going to tell you a story. Oh, well, a typical story. Since it's Saturday night, I mean, what would you have done on Saturday night if you was in the Black Country, right? Well, what you'd done, especially if you got a car, you know, a Boston car. Boston's the word because it was bossed all the time, or you'd get some probably from the scrapyard or something. Pull some piece of junk out your mate's garden and call it a car. It was one of them times when you had to spend all day Saturday working on it. So just so you could go out in it on Saturday night. In road, if you managed to get your motor working, then what you're going to have a wash, wouldn't you? Or go and have a wash and a shave, slap on some brute, stick some grease in your hair or wherever it is, the hell it is you used to do. Mind you, your hair was probably full of grease anyhow, don't it? And then you'd put your glad rags on, you know, you'd put your flares on, your big Cuban heeled shoes, and your flowery shirt with the flyaway collars on. And, you know, you'd stand in front of the mirror and think, oh, looks like $1 million, oh, does. When actually you look like a piece of crap. But you didn't realise it back then. And that was it, and off you'd go, you know, you'd go off to the bijou hot spots like JB's in Dudley, or the Summerhill in Kingswinford, you know, because that was the #1 hot spot. Even Lenny Henry used to hang around there back in them days. Anyway, you'd go out there, wouldn't you, and you'd have a couple of beers, and, you know, you'd have a look around at all the wenches. Now, back then, I like to point out that, you know, picking up wenches and stuff like that, and scoring back then, it was easy, wore it. I mean, if you look back, it was really, really easy. I mean, what'd you have to do? Oh, you just go up to some bird there. You say, yeah, I mean, you be wench, don't you want to drink? And I'd be, oh, no, I'd love a drink. And you had 5 baby shams later, and you got her in the back of the car, and you was away, were you? It was as easy as that. You know, there were no messing about, you know, there were no troubles, you know, it was just as easy as that. And come the next day, you'd be at work, wouldn't you? You'd be bragging to your mates, and you'd be telling them, oh, I had this Boston bird in the back of the car last night. Oh, get it to her good, I really did, I really enjoyed it. I was banging away there for an hour and a half. I was really in my stride, I was. I really get it to her good. Her loved it, her did. But in truth, you know, that I was at work and I was telling all the mates, and the mates said, what was it like? Well, I don't know, really, I don't feel it, really. And I was showing them, you know, between the thumb and the forefinger how big it really was. And saying, it was crap actually, because it only last 5 minutes, it was all over, you know, so... I mean, that was the sad truth of it, but, you know, you used to like to brag about these things, do you? I mean, you got to put the word about that you was number one, you know. So, any road, remember, yam, 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 remember, yam, 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 remember, worry, yam, yam, yam. See you around, kids.
And we're back. Did you enjoy that? Remember, you enjoy that story that Johnny told? I'm going to tell you on good authority, I mean, that stuff, what he said, actually did go on. Them was actual true stories. It was, them was stories from JB's and the Summerhill. Oh, God only know. If you was from Cayford, or you used to go up Cayford when you was, you know, back in the 70s, you'd know what I was talking about. You know, there's probably folks that, oh, I remembers that, I remembers them days. Go in there, pull yourself a bird and take it to your car, and if you hadn't got a car, you'd borrow your mate's car keys and tell her it was your car just to impress her, you know. Oh no, yeah, you all knows what I'm talking about, and we all know what used to go on. Any road, I mean, what was the 70s all about, really? It was all about the music, really. Back in the 70s, I mean, what was your favourite bands? I mean, we got a few bands I wrote down here. I mean, what was your favourite? Did you like The Who? Did you like The Who? Pink Floyd, all in all, yeah, I'm just another sweep in the wall. Led Zeppelin? Deep Purple? Did you like Deep Purple? Nobody gonna take my sweep, gonna drive him to the ground. Black Sabbath, good old Ozzy. T-Rex, Iron Maiden, and of course the classic of the Black Country, Slade. Well, it ain't quite Merry Christmas yet, but you know the songs. Yeah, remembers the times. So let's hear your memories. What did you like about the 70s? What did you remember about the 70s? Or was it one of those periods that if you remembers it, you were there? Because everybody was either drunk or stoned or something. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show. I know it's been a bit of a long one, but I hope it's gives you all a bit of a laugh. And I felt I needed to do this, you know, cheer myself up a bit and just sweep up a bit. And I know there's a few people out there that have been missing him something terrible, eh? You want to say hello to Mary, do you? You want to say hello to Rachel? You want to say hello to Andy? You want to say hello to Dave? Oh, God. You want to say hello to Emma? You want to say hello to Anne-Marie? You want to say hello to Cynthia? If you watch the show and you support it, you know, drop it in the comments. You know, if you want to shout out, I'll give you a shout out. Any road, where is he? He's here somewhere. I think it's time to go, eh? It is. Hang on. Where is he? He's what? He's with his new girlfriend. He can't be still doing that, can he? Nah, he's got to be around here, so... Here he is, anyway. So, Trorovich. Thanks for watching. Like and share. See ya.